you very much, Peter.
Thank you.
Russell, do you want to come on up for item 8, please?
Thanks very much, Mr. Chair, and good morning all. So this is the finance report for March. It seems a bit odd, it's May tomorrow, but there we go. It's the timing of the meeting. So it's a quarterly report, and because it's a quarterly report, it's got a few more items in the report, and it's detailed there: treasury, rates, debt, general debt, insurance claims, and also an attachment is the activities. The activities of council cut in a different way. So as at the end of March, council was operating at a surplus of $24.2 million, which was $39.5 million greater than budget. It's a position that it was then. The focus of these reports mainly is to give a bit of an update on where we are, but mostly where we're going to be at the end of the year. And so looking at the forecast and where we're sitting then, the forecast was sitting at $32.3 million for end of the year. So that's a significant jump on where the report that I presented last month. So the reasons for that, we had some additional subventions that came in. It's about $2.2 million worth of subventions come in, which we hadn't anticipated for the previous month. Burwood landfill revenues continued to be higher than expectations. Understanding that the council's budget, we have a turnover of about $1 billion. So, that means a $1 million variance is 0.1 of 1%. So small percent, but large dollars. So some of those items I'm talking about, we've had a reduction in interest expense of $1 million. So again, on borrowings of $2.8 billion, that's not a big move, but it does have quite an impact on the bottom line. We budget quite closely to get as close as we can. And like I say, the focus is on where we're going to be. The other items, Mr. Chair, are pretty consistent. Previous months, why we're up. Insurance, we're well across for the reasons for that. The funding, I guess, of borrowings has been less than we had anticipated, mainly because we've had additional cash in the bank. So we don't actually go out and borrow on individual projects. We borrow on the cash requirement. So when we had the insurance proceeds come in, that was quite a buffer to us, so we had to borrow less. And so personnel costs and insurance costs, like I've mentioned, are down, and lower costs in waste management. There's been some offsetting. So building planning consent volumes, they're up. So higher revenue, but also the contra to that is we've experienced some additional cost going through. In the capital space, we're forecasting to be about $40 million after net $40 million underspent by the end of the year. We expect most of that would be requested to be carried forward, but that would happen $4 million. That would be come through at the August report, but that's sort of where it's sitting at the moment. Look, a couple of other items I just highlight. We talk about the conditions that we have, so the economic conditions for the community and how that is with debt. So item 8.2 shows the level of rates debt compared with the rate strike, and it's pleasing to see that trajectory going down. So that's a number of reasons driving that. One is the work of the team, working pretty hard with folk who get into trouble, and we like to have conversations with people before they get that. We try to help people rather than hammer people. So that seems to be improving the position, which is pleasing to see. That's pretty much it, Mr. Chair. Happy to take any questions on that.
Great, thank you for that, Russell. Are there any questions? Yanni.
Yeah, thank you. I was just interested around the the strategic planning and resource consenting, and I see that we've saved money because we've got due to staff vacancies, but then we've overspent on consultants. So I'm just wondering, when are we likely to see a change in that? E.g., wouldn't it be better to hire staff than pay private consultants a lot more to do the work?
Through you, Mr. Chair, that's a good question, and that's one that we ask as well. It's not always offset. Consultants generally come in for specialised skills for a short time, whereas staff are ongoing, and depending on the work that the staff are required to do and where we are in that space to be able to get that, and also being able to employ staff at the skill set that we need. So there's a number of things in that, but certainly the push of council is to, where we do have consultants, we look at the question, should that be better filled by staff, and where we can, we do, but it's not always possible.
I feel like this is a budget that has been continuously underspent because of staff vacancies, and then when you read the last line, forecast overspend consultants due to a high level of outsourcing being required to manage volumes and meet timelines with staff vacancies. So I wonder, is audit and risk looking at that, or maybe is there a kind of...
I think maybe what we do is, Mary, is that something you could just come back to us on?
I think we've got a report to council next week on resourcing and planning and consulting.
Well, they might be able to preempt it.
So maybe we could get just an understanding of what we're doing to mitigate.
Perfect.
If I could just, that certainly is Councillor, that certainly is a focus of the organisation, looking at that space. Yep.
Great. Okay. So I'm here to move this, and Kelly's here to second it. But before we do, Russell, I just want to acknowledge you. So it's your last meeting presenting to us at council. You've been here for over 3 years, and while you're sort of spending a bit of time in Australia, you still assure me you're going to be a ratepayer in Christchurch. So I'm pleased about that. But no, in all seriousness, thank you very much for all the work you've done. I mean, I think everyone around this table has really benefited from you stepping us through these financial reports every month. And I think you've lifted the knowledge of everyone, which has been really good, and people watching as well. So thank you for all your work and your dedication to the council. We're sad to see you go, but we're really pleased that you're getting to do some more of the funner things in life that you, not that council isn't fun, but the funner things in life that you really want to, and we just want to acknowledge you for that. So thanks very much.
Okay. Just before I step back, thanks very much, Mr. Chair. Very, very kind words. And look, I've enjoyed my time here, and I've particularly enjoyed this committee. Like the candour and the respect and the appreciation that I've felt from across has been outstanding. And there certainly has been some probing questions, and some I haven't been able to answer, and you've been quite good, and some I have, so that's good as well. But we've always come back, and look, I've appreciated the focus and the intent on wanting to do the best for the city in this space. So hey, thanks. I wish you all the best. Sadly, I won't be here for the annual plan deliberations.
But you're going out on a high with such a big surplus.
Well, so. There we go. Yes, I just leave it with the team now, and don't break it, Mr. Chair.
There is no guarantee of that. Hey, thank you very much, Russell.
Cool.
Yeah, appreciate it. Cheers. Okay, so we've had a mover and a seconder. We'll put that motion. All in favour?
Just had my hand up to speak.
Oh, yes. Really?
Yeah. Just quickly. Thank you. I just wanted to draw council's attention to paragraph 14 in the report too. So yeah, I wanted to thank Russell and the staff for the report. I think this report is excellent. But again, it's flagging in 14 with internal services, the over-expenditure on consultants and professional advice. So I do think as a council, there's a piece of work that we need to do wider than just consenting. It is around that, having staff vacancies and then overspending on professional fees and consultants to come in and fill the gap. So I hope maybe audit and risk should be looking at that, or maybe there's a way for this committee to look at it. But I do think reading the information in the report today, that is something that does stick out on a number of different departments that we have. Thank you.
Well, you won't miss that, Russell. So let's put that to the vote. All in favour? Against? That's carried. Great, thank you. Okay, let's move to the next report.